Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as always, the King of Lightning is here today bringing you guys and gals One Piece chapter reviews. Today, One Piece chapter 793 review. If you haven't seen a live reaction of the chapter in this corner right here, that is my right, your left, annotation. Watch that, then come back to me for the review. This chapter was so refreshing, man, because the details were fantastic, and I'll get to them later. But the overall context of the chapter is almost like rebooting your PC and updating it and having, like, you know, your antivirus run and, you know, get rid of some files that you don't need after like 2 years of constant use without ever shutting off. Because this arc has been going on for fucking ever, man. It's been going on forever. Oda extended the massive fuck out of it. I'm like, yo, Oda, like, is this shit gonna stop? And we're getting signs in this chapter. We get a glimpse of what is beyond this arc. Kaido, Kid Eustace Apu versus Shanks. Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. They're gonna die. They're gonna die so bad. But here's the thing. We're not there yet. We're getting glimpses of what's to come, but we're not there yet because this arc is still going on, technically. But it's still good to know that we're reaching that point. Finally, we're taking the last steps up this immense ladder that is Dressrosa. Now, the next thing in the chapter. So let me go to the details, because the details are what people actually want the most. First of all, the beginning was, you know, the Fujitora stuff with King Riku. Why are you bowing? The world's gonna find out, and the world finds out. All right, word spreads fairly quickly, and it is what it is. Then we get to see the Gorosei, and not really much on the Gorosei, aside from the fact that apparently CP9 is stated by Akainu. CP9 went over the heads of the Gorosei to pull what they did when it came to Don Flamingo. Now, there's a theory out there that Don Flamingo, he is aware of, well, actually it's not a theory, he said himself, he is aware of something that the Tenryubito have, that the Holy Land, Mary Jo's pub, they got something that's going to shock the world if the world found out. And folks are saying it's an ancient weapon, it's a Uranus, which is insane because ancient weapon, OD power, you know, it is what it is. And that'll be a game changer, obviously. So, in order to make sure that Flamingo is on good terms with the Tenryubito and the world government, Cypher Pole went over the heads of the Gorosei, the quote-unquote supreme power. The Gorosei are the top dudes, but Cypher Pole went over the Gorosei and they pulled their stunt. So, the Gorosei, they hint that they're not happy at this at all. They're not. They're not pleased that that Cypher Pole went over their heads. And considering the fact that Akainu, the Marine, they are the face of the world government, he says, like, listen, if this shit happens again, I lose face. But then the Gorosei are like, well, it doesn't matter because you are like, what, like 0.1% of the entirety of what this infrastructure is. You're not a big deal. He's Fleet Admiral. And the Gorosei are saying, you're not a big deal, bro. Crazy. So, what I'm seeing here is a lot of, I want to say distrust, but there are conflicts that are arising between some of the world government factions that may lead to some kind of split. Because when the Cypher Pole system, when the Cypher Pole dudes can go over the heads of the Gorosei, the supreme power, and also the Marines, Fleet Admiral Akainu go over his heads, see, it's like, there's a problem here. So, like, there was no talking amongst the groups. They just did it. So, it is what it is. And obviously, it was a very time-sensitive issue. But at the same time, at least try and communicate before you make any drastic actions. But it is what it is. Now, when it comes to later on in the chapter, we have the news spread across. You have pirates, random pirates. They're like, yo, fuck Law, fuck Luffy. We're going to kill them because they ruined our shit. They ruined our weapons. They ruined the smile and so on and so forth. And we find out that I think it was Surudu, the grandma chick who had the powers to make folks in the clothes, like hang them up like laundry in the wind. Like, what? Like some hack shit. some funky hack shit, some Toon Force shit that Oda loves. Regardless, she, I think, is tailing either Law or Luffy. I want to say Law for some reason. I want to say Law. But she's tailing someone, and like some inspector comes there, and he's like, basically there's an exchange. So I'm not sure what's going on there exactly, but either Sudoru or an inspector, someone, they're chasing Law or Luffy. Now, the next thing. Fuck. So, Mad Monk is just chilling on the clouds, alright? We get to see a scene of Bonnie, and Bonnie, she stole some food. Her thing's not a big deal at this moment. Mad Monk, there's a theory going on where, okay, he's chilling on some sky island. You know, he's recovering from his wounds, and someone comes to see him, and folks are saying it's an L, and I'm like, the last time we saw Nell, he was on the moon, just chilling in space with his robot servants, and he was dealing with space pirates. There's actually space pirates, some weird looking motherfuckers, and he took him out. So why would Enel leave his fairy verse? Why would he leave the moon to come back down to the blue planet and just happen to seek out Mad Monk, Urge, whatever his name is? No, what? No, there's no way in hell. So, I mean, it could be a Sky Island related person, like maybe Gonfall, maybe Viper, you know, I don't know. It could be. It's possible. But, I mean, because it's One Piece, but odds are it's someone that we really don't know. Someone that is not that relevant in the story right now. That's my take on that. The next thing, this is huge. This is massive because the potential is kind of scary. And I didn't see it at first, but apparently Capone is with Big Mom. Now, I question why Capone wanted Caesar Clown. I'm like, why? Like, what do you have a problem with Caesar Clown? Like, everyone has a fucking issue with Caesar Clown, apparently. The most wanted man in the world. Second to Dragon is apparently Caesar Clown. There is a small sliver of a panel right next to the panel of Capone, and it's a panel of a Jolly Roger, like kind of cut in half. We don't really we don't see it that well, and people are saying that panel, that Jolly Roger is Big Mom's Jolly Roger, and that's why Capone wants Caesar Clown. If that's the case, it makes sense because Caesar owes Big Mom a fucking lot. So they want Caesar Clown. OD. They want him right now. He ain't escaping. But in that respects, if Capone is actually after Caesar Clown, this means that they haven't captured Caesar Clown yet, if he's with Big Mom. Which means that Sanji's plan to escape, to retaliate against Big Mom and her cohorts, Tamago, Peckham's, and whatnot, and leave with Caesar Clown successfully, wind up paying off. It wound up succeeding. Their plan, Sanji's plan, wound up succeeding. If Caesar Clown is still not in the custody of Big Mom. So that's a good sign for Sanji, Nami, Brook, and the rest. I'm hoping that Oda backtracks, because I want to see the events play out every detail. Like, no missing, no nothing. I want to see what Sanji did after he said we're going to retaliate, had his hands in the pockets looking at Big Mom shit. I want to see what he did from there. So hopefully Oda backtracks in time for a bit. We get to see what Sanji did. Sanji, Nami, and Brook, what they did. And then we go over to where Sanji is now. And I'm hoping he's still with the crew, because folks are saying that he got captured by Big Mom. I'm like, fuck, I don't know. And plus there's a whole Momonosuke thing, where Momonosuke may have ties to Kaido. So if Big Mom kind of fucks around with Momonosuke, then it's Kaido's issue too. So that it's Big Mom versus Kaido. You're like, oh no, it's crazy shit. So I'm hoping that Oda backtracks nonetheless, and we get to see the details of what happened to Sanji and cohorts after we left them forever. For like at least a year. At least. Now, the next thing in the chapter. This probably is like the biggest fucking thing in the chapter. Kid, Eustace, and Apu are going after red hair Shanks and company. They're going after the red hair pirates. Now, I'm not gonna say that they're gonna get murdered. No. They're gonna get decimated. They're gonna get obliterated on an atomic level. It's gonna be a slaughter of epic proportions. A near genocide. Because the way I see it is this. It took Law and Luffy all of their resources. Okay, not all the resources. I can't say that. Because you had Law was missing his guys, Beppo and the rest. And Luffy, Sanji, Brook, Nami, they were elsewhere. But nonetheless, they still had other companions with them. They had Don Chinjao and Sai. They had the Kano Kuni dudes. They had the warriors of Dressrosa, like Kiros and Rebecca and Viola and whatnot. They had companions there to assist them in this endeavor against Flamingo. And that was a struggle. They had fucking Sabo, who was holding back fucking Burgess. Yeah, they had a lot of assistants taking on Flamingo and company. And Flamingo's boys are powerful, but I wouldn't put them on the same tier as, let's say, guys like Ben Beckman. Kid, Eustace, and Apu ain't getting near Shanks. They're stopping at Ben Beckman. When you can make Kizaru, whoa, shit, Ben Beckman, damn. Like, when you can make Kizaru do that, you're a threat. You're a massive fucking threat, dude. And, I mean, let alone Yasov, the guy that eats the fucking food. There's some dude with the fucking monkey on his shoulder. He has a monkey on his shoulder. You know he's epic. So, my whole point here is this. Unlike the subordinates of Flamingo, who are powerful in their own right, when we see these subordinates of Shanks, I mean, this is the guy that literally walked in there, stopped the war. In my mind, the most powerful guy in One Piece. I don't think his subordinates are any weaker than the subordinates of Whitebeard. It's easy for me. It's easy to say that Ben Beckman and Marco are probably on the same tier. I don't doubt it at all. And therefore, by that association, I think they're probably around Admiral tier. I'm not too sure if I put Flamingo on Admiral tier. I think he kind of is, but with that, I'm still funky. I'm still very funky on it. So, let's just say that Shanks' boys are around Flamingo level. You think that Kid, Hawkins, and Apu and all of their companions can take on several dudes that are around Flamingo's fucking level? No. There's no way. I don't believe it. So, that's my take on that. A mass slaughter, and Shanks isn't even gonna fucking fight. He's just gonna, yeah, it'd be cool to see him fight, but given the power scale, I'm gonna bet no way. No, not happening. So, how this plays out, that's the way I see it. But again, it's Oda's world. Oda can pull some shit where they do meet Shanks, and Shanks hockeys the fuck up and over. Now, the next thing in the chapter. So, in the chapter, we had this whole butting of heads between Justice. And this was a very cool aspect of the chapter. A very cool aspect. Because you have Fujitora, who is blind Justice. And you have Akainu, who is absolute Justice. And granted, we've been seeing Justice... we've been seeing notions of justice through and through One Piece. We've seen Rob Lucci's blind justice. I think Kizaru is uncertain justice. Aokiji was maybe lazy justice. I forget that one, honestly. But for sure, Fujitora is blind justice. Akainu is absolute justice. And here Fujitora is saying, listen, it was our fault. It was our bad. This was our mistake, and we have to take the blame for it. We can't try to have some cover-up story. Luffy and Law, they was the ones who actually defeated Flamingo. The same shit happened in Alabasta, but only the Marines got the credit. And Smoker, he was, I think, like, he rose in rank after that incident. I'm pretty sure he did, because he got the credit. But he's no. See, in that sense, it was bullshit. Because if not for the intervention of Monkey D. Luffy, can't say the damn name. If not for the intervention of Luffy, Alabasta would have turned into a pirate's haven. And the same thing would have applied here, only it was already a pirate's haven, and things would have continued getting worse for the people of Dressrosa, if not for the intervention of Luffy and company. When a Shichibukai does something wrong, when they do malicious deeds and whatnot, the Marines have to take the blame for it because the Marines are the ones who have the Shichibukai system in the first place. They work for the world government. So, it is what it is. And Fujitora takes full blame. He is blind justice. And honestly, I like blind justice a lot. Because blind justice is the most fair justice in my mind. However, who's Fleet Admiral? Akainu. So, it doesn't matter that much what Fujitora thinks because there's someone above him. And that person is Akainu. So, Akainu, he's like, listen, no. You pulled some shit. We had some stories available. Okay, if you really want to play this game, then you better bring the heads of Law and Luffy. Otherwise, you are barred from every Marine base. Period. And Fujitora is like, fine. Now, whether or not he actually goes and hunts Luffy and Law, I'm not too sure. He may give them some leeway because they actually saved Dressrosa. But considering their sins upon the world, Luffy, Enies Lobby, Impel Down, the list goes on with fucking Luffy, the list goes on with Monkey D. Nah. One good deed does not make up for the slew of sins. At least in the mind of Fujitora, I can see that happening. You know, like, they don't balance out. Like, he still has to be tried for his crimes in these, when it comes to these issues, like Enies Lobby and Impel Down and so on and so forth. So, that's why I like blind justice. It's fair. Alright? It's even, split down the middle. It is what it is. So, what he's going to do from now, I'm not too sure. I'm going to say he's going to leave the island. He's going to give Luffy and Law time to recuperate, recover, you know, as thanks for taking out Don Flamingo. And then he's on the hunt. The tiger goes on the hunt, he's on the prowl. And he's going to try and capture Law and Luffy. OD. So, that's what I see happening. And now, I think that's it. Because, let me just make sure, because I have some panels up. Oh yeah, we get to see, well, we don't get to see Kaido, but there's a silhouette of something in the background with Kaido and Drake. Fuck Drake. T-Rex. Fuck that shit. Listen, here's the whole point here. Kaido, he's gonna be on the move. Because his smile gravy train to stop, and he's pissed. You know he's pissed. There's no doubt about it, he's pissed. So I want to see what Kaido looks like, and I want to see what he can fucking do. Him, Big Mom, I so want to see what they can do. Furthermore, when it comes to the kids, Smoker and Tashigi, they're taking the kids over to Vegapunk so they can try and get fixed up. I want to see Vegapunk too, because Vegapunk is a very important character, astronomically important to the overall story of One Piece. So Vegapunk, what he looks like, his mannerisms, that kind of stuff. So hopefully that's coming in the near future, not the distant future. Hopefully. So, but right now, Oda, after this arc, should focus on Sanji immediately. Like, there should be no question about it. Sanji, Momonosuke, like, maybe there should be a segue where it's Luffy and company still recovering in the palace of Dressrosa, and then it's like Kinimo wondering, I wonder how Momonosuke is doing. And then they segue from there to Sanji and company. That's what I want to see. So that's it. I'm done. The chapter overall was refreshing. It was awesome. And in all honesty, I think it was a great plus chapter. A solid great plus. And I'll leave it at that. So King Lightning, give me your thoughts. What is your take on the chapter? I mean, some folks are saying that Fujitora is going to go over to the Revolutionary Army and join Dragon. I don't know. And then also, I wonder what's going to happen now that we've, seen Akainu. We know what Kizaru looks like. I wonder if we're going to see Green Bull soon. Because, Green Bull has his own notion of justice. And, according to Don Flamingo, he's also a very powerful dude. So, Green Bull on the horizon, hopefully also in the near future. So that's it, King Lightning, and I'm done. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice goddamn day.
Let me suck it and I can have power and I can give you power. Come on, jump it up and take it now. I need it now. Give me the blood. You're so hot. Good luck.